Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com. Friday, free play update for Saturday college football. 3 games, all underdogs, and we'll talk about a moneyline parlay. Over at DocSports.com, Friday, we have a 7-unit top play game of the month in the NBA. We've only had one top play in the NBA all year. Those of you that follow me know I rarely uncork big ones in the NBA. It's such a volatile sport that anybody can beat anybody. And we won last night with Toronto, and we're banking a 7-unit play tonight in the NBA. Complete mismatch, and the line is way off. Also a doubleheader in college basketball. The lines have dropped. They're going to drop the first week in college basketball immediately once they start getting bet into, because these guys are using like 4 or 5 different combinations of power ratings as odds makers, Ken Palm and TeamRankings.com, and a bunch of them, and they stick the number up, and then they react very quickly to how they're getting hit by sharps, because early betting money is sharp money where the lines are weak. And I put these things out at 8:30 in the morning, and they could drop 2 or 3 points. Both my picks dropped 2 points so far, a side and a total I have tonight, but they still hold value. So that being said, on the weekend, college football, nice run in college football, 7-2 the last 2 weeks. Top picks are on a 4-1-1 run. And we have a 7-unit Mountain West game of the year tomorrow on a 4-pack. And on Sunday, we have a 4-pack with a 6-unit totals play. And let's talk briefly about the NFL real quick before we get to the free plays. And last night was a prime example that stuff that happened last weekend's carrying over to this week. And that's scary. Because Baltimore, that was the worst coach game Jim Harbaugh's ever been involved in the NFL. This is what happens when you don't have your team ready to play. And I don't care who you're playing. You can play the Jets, the Dolphins, the Lions, any of these bottom feeders out there. If you're not ready to play, you will not cover a spread and you will get beat straight up. Ask the Rams last week. That's just one example. That's why they wiped out 50% of the field in most of the nation's survivor pools last week. Got to be ready to play. Dallas, not ready to play a game. Dallas better than Denver? Oh yeah. Well, they got stomped. Got to be ready to play. And that was a team last night that wasn't ready to play. We had a 3-unit pick on them. That was a team that didn't show up, that appeared on the field that I'm not familiar with. And the coaching in that game, deplorable. No adjustments at all. I couldn't believe it. There's nothing you can do about it once you put a pick out, but watch it and go, wow. Wow, you really do suck. Yeah. Maybe Baltimore's not all that either. Minnesota blowing them out last week for the majority of the game. Bengals embarrassed them. Maybe they are not what we thought they were. The opposite of what Denny Green said in the press conference years ago. They play all the time. I'm downgrading them in my power ratings, I can tell you that. That being said, let's get to college football and free picks. Don't forget, we got a free $60, link in the description below. All kinds of free pick videos right here on this YouTube site, the 8-8 with Scott Spreitzer from Red Walk Sportsbook. There's 7 picks on that video. Orleans. 7. Just saying. It's John Salisbury. There's 2 picks there. Biggest game, Michigan, Penn State, and Kansas City, Las Vegas. Biggest games of the weekend. Come on. Tune in. All right, this weekend, we're going to give you 3 games here I passed on. I think all 3 can win outright. So, a couple ways to bet these. And we'll make the Syracuse game the official free pick. I like Syracuse in this game against Louisville. You can get them at +3, +3.5 at some places. Money line's +140. I think they beat them straight up. Louisville is an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Their quarterback is all over the map. You don't know what you're going to get from week to week. Kind of reminds me of Adrian Martinez at Nebraska. Just you don't know what you're going to get. Talented, but you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get garbage, or you're going to get like, wow, that kid's really good. He's kind of that way. But Syracuse defensively is really good. And good defensive teams have given Louisville problems this year. And they're a good defensive team. And If you take a look at Syracuse, despite their record, they play good football. They give you a ball game for 4 quarters. And they've outgained 7 out of their 8 opponents. Even though they may have lost some of them. Just saying. So I like Syracuse in that one. A couple others I like. I like Eastern Carolina plus 4.5, 5 against Memphis. I would love them if they were at home. But Memphis got Houston on deck, and East Carolina's better than you think. A sneaky good program this year. Really are. I used to do a radio show down there for Pirate Nation, and can't even remember the name of the town down in South Carolina, but nonetheless, got a lot of Pirate Nation followers here for Tony George over at Docs, and so shout out, you got a good team this year. I like them. They're plus 170 on the money line. And the other one I like is I like Minnesota. This is the type of game Minnesota wins. They can lose against Illinois and Bowling Green, but they come up against a heavyweight and they play great football. PJ Fleck rowing the boat. Rowing the boat. Iowa, what are you doing laying 4 over a full number 3 against anybody decent? You have no offense at all. What are you, 124th in college football in yards? Offensively? What? Can't score? Laying 4.5? Low total gain? Minnesota give you a ball game. They got athletes, got a good quarterback. They got a better quarterback in the game. Plus 4.5, yeah. So what you could do too, just for craps and giggles, and bear in mind these are free picks, and when I'm talking about parlays, because I don't parlay a lot, I sprinkled in a little money line on these 3 just for fun. So you got 2 of them at plus 170 and Syracuse plus 140. Sprinkle it in, $25, $50. If you hit it, booyah. If you don't hit it, it's just a small little parlay, not going to kill you. Just some friendly advice from your next door neighbor handicapper. Get over to Docs, take advantage of the free $60, win some money this weekend. That's why you're here.